the power of the people.
Our next speaker, believe me, you will never, ever, ever, ever met a person like this again in your life, okay? I think everybody knows already what kind of person I'm talking to. So we have an amazing story together. He hit the rank of Pearl in 2 months in this industry, okay? He's teachable, coachable. He's one of my biggest inspirations. Please help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Periklis Ekonomidis. Champion! Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2.
That's for the pulpit.
Is everybody feeling good?
Yeah, woo!
Can't hear you. Is everybody feeling good?
Woo!
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so first thing I gotta do is I promised myself I would do it. Okay, so I'm here to share my story with you. I'm not the most experienced person. I'm not the most knowledgeable person, but my story, I think, can be relatable to a lot of you. So I'm simply going to share my story, and feel free to take a few golden nuggets from it. In the early days of January, I was told by my good friend and mentor, Sasha, that if I actually managed to achieve the rank of Pearl by today, I would have the opportunity to speak with all of you on stage. And the funny thing is, like 2 weeks ago, I wasn't even executive. For those of you who know the ranks, you will understand. But being the confident and cocky person that I am, I said, yeah, of course I hit the rank of Pearl, no problem. It'll be completely easy. But what should I speak about? I've never done this before. And Sasha, being the wise man that he is, responded, you should talk about your story and the one thing that got you here. I thought, my story and the one thing that got me here. My story was easy to do. I've done it several times, but the one thing that got me here, I had to really think. So I started thinking and writing stuff down and thinking and writing stuff down. And then eventually it clicked to me. Basically, I decided not only to tell you about it, but to show you as well. One of the main reasons I'm here is my outfit, my favorite pink suit. It all started on the 15th of October when I organized this eye contact event. For those of you that don't really know, basically it's an event where strangers look into each other's eyes silently in order to build human connection and love between them. And some of you were there, and I knew that this would have been broadcasted by national television. So being the little diva that I am, I said, okay, I'm going to get some spotlight, put on my pink suit, went to national television. And it worked marvelously well. A lot of people afterwards added me on Facebook. Like, it got to the point where it was completely crazy. Like, I got 200 friend requests, and I didn't even look who added me. I just accepted everyone, like, really fast. Why? Because they wanted to find out who I was, what was the event about, what did they have to do, etc., etc. And one of the people that added me happened to be dear Sasha Borsellini. He never spoke to me. I didn't even know he added me. I accepted him, but I had no idea I accepted him. I didn't even know who he was. And 2 weeks after the event, it was 2 in the morning, and I was sitting in my room, completely tired, about to go to bed. But as always, before you go to bed, what do? You scroll down Facebook, wasting your time. And I see this success motivational quote by this man called Sasha Borsellini. And I think, interesting. All of my friends, usually they post about how hammered they got in the weekend, how good the upcoming party is, and yet here's a man telling us how we're going to conquer the world. And I thought it was very interesting to find out who he is, because I really had no idea. So I click on his name, and I started scrolling down my profile, and I started seeing all these inspirational quotes, this movement of young people working together, and I have to say I was in awe. And then finally, I saw a picture of you, of Sasha, in front of 300 people speaking on stage. And when I saw that, I said, okay, I'm going to talk to him, and then I'm going to bed. So I click on send a message. I write this long essay, like, dear Mr. Borsellini, who are you? What it is that you do? And how was I lucky enough to end up in your friend list? Basically, I was asking him a lot of questions because I saw someone who was better than me, and I wanted to learn from him. And I go to bed. Next morning, I wake up. Sasha, of course, has responded to me. Big essay as well. And he invited me to an opportunity event. So Tuesday comes along, and the event was at 9 p.m. at night. I wake up at 6 in the morning. I'm fired up. I put my suit on. I take my little black agenda, my notes, ready to take down everything. I take the bus. I arrive there at 8:30 in the morning. I check, nobody. Why? Because I didn't really know the difference between AM and PM. So I did Google what does PM mean, and I found out that PM is at night. So I was like, no, it cannot be. I cannot be this dumb. So I go back home, and then 12 hours after, I come again. So at 8:30, finally, I go to this event, and thank God I did. I enter this garage. We didn't have this big hotel. We were smaller back then. and I see like 120, 130 young people dressed in suits on a Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. And I was like fascinated. Why? Because normally when 120, 130 young people gathered in one place, there's either to have a massive rave or to overdose on alcohol or other stuff, but not for a business event, especially considering the next day there was school. So I had the opportunity to talk with a lot of these people, and you could see that these people were different. It was people who thought differently, people who went places. The society calls them the crazy ones. But these so-called crazy ones are usually the ones that end up going places. So I was really fascinated before the event even started. So around 9 o'clock, 9:15 I think, the event starts. I sit on the front row. I take my little book out, ready to take down notes, and the first speaker opens his mouth. I think it was David. And I realized the event is in Luxembourgish. I do not speak a single word of Luxembourgish. I've been in Luxembourg for 19 years. I'd never learned the language. I only know wat leeft. That's about it. And when he started speaking, I tried really to figure out what he was saying, but it was in complete vain. I could not understand anything, so I just decided, okay, close my little book, and I just decided to enjoy the atmosphere. As the event was closing, the last speaker, who traveled all the way from the USA, came on stage, came in front of the room because we didn't have a stage, and that man was nobody else except Alex Morton himself. And thank God he doesn't speak any Luxembourgish, so I could understand him. And he started explaining his story and how he got here. It was more like a motivational speech, you know, the fired up Alex Morton speeches. And he finished the speech with a sentence I will never forget. He said there's 3 types of people on this planet. People who make things happen, people who watch things happen, and people who go, what the heck just happened? And then he said, if you're one of the makers, if you're one of the doers, I want you to come up to me and say, I'm the one, I want to do this. So the moment he finishes, everybody stands up, I'm standing up as well, and I go to him and I say, okay, I don't know what this business is, I don't know what the products are, I just was skinker, I don't even know what the company name was, but I know I'm definitely the one. Sign me up. And Alex Morton started laughing. He said, who invited you here? I said, Sasha. Sasha came, explained the business, and signed me up. So that will be my topic for today, briefly. I'm the one. What does I'm the one mean? A lot of people confuse with I'm the one with being the best. But if you actually ask a lot of successful people, if they're the one, if you ask, for example, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Luke Hessler, Ross Perry, are you the one? They're all going to say, yes, I'm the one. So how can it be that everybody's the one if there's only one who's best? It cannot be, of course. But what's interesting is to see that every successful person believes he's the one. Whether he says it or not, they believe they're the one. So what is the one? The one, the way I see it at least, it's a mindset. It's a state of mind. Being the one means that you have a bulletproof mindset and that you will take in life whatever you want. You want something, you go get it, period. There's no limitations, no problems, there's nothing. If you want something, you will go get it. Doesn't matter how long it takes, doesn't matter how far away is the dream, how hard is the goal, how many people tell you no, how many times you fail, it does not matter. You still go get it. Why? Because you're the one. That's a state of mind. It's a state of mind that nothing is impossible. You can have anything you want. And something that I noticed a lot is that a lot of people don't really have that mindset. A lot of people have a problem with it. Like they look at successful people, like for example, take Alex again, and they see, okay, Alex, he was born this way. He's a genius. He's talented. He came out of the womb and he was fired up. No, he wasn't fired up when he came out of the womb. It's something very simple. You know the saying, we are what we repeatedly do? Habits. Practice, practice, practice. The only reason Alex Morton is like this was not because he was born like this, because he practiced, practiced, practiced. And when you practice, what happens? When you practice, you become better. And when you become better, you become more confident. And when you become more confident, you have more belief in yourself. And for me, that's what I'm the one is all about. I'm the one does not mean you're the best. It means that you believe in yourself. You have the belief that no matter what happens, you're going to succeed. And how do you build that belief? Because a lot of us don't have it. I didn't have it in the beginning. So how do you build that belief? Alex Morton probably built it by doing 50 Skypes a day, 200 opportunity events every week, speaking on stage every month. When the average person looks at that, he says, yeah, he just takes massive action. That's so hard, I can't do it. So I'm here today to share one little tip with you on how to build that belief. Basically, the best way I found to build that I'm the one belief is by simply doing one thing that scares you every day. One thing that scares you every day. 1 second. Perfect. No. So I call them comfort zone challenges. You have to get used to the fact of being uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to basically, like you see a cute girl in the bus, you want to sing in the rain, you want to dance in the club, you want to wake up at 6 in the morning, you want to take a cold shower, you want to lie down on the street, my favorite one, you do it. Why? Because once you do it, basically it's a fear. Like, I'll tell you my story. I always was afraid of what other people think, always. And I was really lucky once I met Jérôme Jarre, many of you might know him, and he explained me his story. And he told me that when I was really scared, I said that for every single day, for 30 days, I would lie down in the busiest street of Paris till I wasn't afraid anymore. So he told me this story, and I said, let's give it a try. So the first day I wanted to do it, I did it for 5 seconds in an area where there was no one, and I was really scared. I was really scared, but the moment I did it and I got up, I was feeling amazing. And then the next day, I did it again, and this time, I was a bit better. I did it for 10 minutes, and okay, it was still like a remote area. By the 30th day, it didn't feel like anything. It was like breathing oxygen to me. It doesn't matter to me if it was 200 people, if it was the president in front of me, I could lie down without a problem. So what's basically the goal of this exercise? The goal of this exercise is that you have a fear, which is lying down on the street, talking to that cute girl in the bus, dancing in the rain, whatever, that fear. And by crushing it, by simply taking small steps, by simply either lying down, it takes 2 minutes, your brain slowly gets in the habit that there's no fears. Fears are just in the brain. So by simply crushing them every single day, you get into that nothing is impossible mindset. And you don't have to do it in the business. This is nothing to do with business. You do it in your daily life, outside business. But the thing is, the magic part is, once your brain gets used to the habit that nothing is impossible by simply lying down on the street, you take that mindset and you apply it to the business as well. So then you can go take the 200 Skypes a day, you can go take all the 300 opportunities event every month. Why? Because you trained yourself with the easy stuff, which is simply lying down on the street, and that's what you actually do it in the business, it works as well. And the last thing I want to talk about is the goal of this is not to become the one. The goal of this is, yesterday, I asked Alex Morton, Alex, are you the one? And he simply responded to me, no, I'm not the one, you're the one. So that's that's the most important key out of this. If you take anything, take this. The goal is not to become the one, the goal is to help other people become the one, is to push them up, lift them up, to eventually live a life and know that you touched a lot of lives because you came their way. You touched a lot of lives because you were there to help them when they need to. That is the goal, because what is success if you're not happy? And the only way to happiness, I promise you, 100% guaranteed, the only way to happiness is by helping other people. If you're not helping other people, you will never be happy, 100%. That's no question about it. So what's the point of being successful, having all this money, all this financial freedom, all that kind of stuff, if you haven't helped anyone? You're going to be 70, you're going to look back into your life, yeah, this and this, but I had no impact in anyone's life. So eventually, that is the goal. And I want to leave you with one of my favorite quotes by Marianne Williamson. Many of you might know it. I'll just pitch it out. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There was nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. Bluff. Freeze. Wait, it's coming. Hold on. Freeze. Give me 1 second. We were all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we liberate ourselves from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Thank you.
Wow.